Hello, lovely souls. I'm Jess, mom, daughter, company VP, and integrator. I lead teams, build systems, and hold a lot together behind the scenes. If you're the one holding it all together, this is where you get to exhale. This is the lovely life, a space to pause, breathe, and come back to yourself. Together, we'll explore what it means to lead with heart, to build systems that protect your peace, and to dream big while living fully in the now. You don't have to do more to be enough. Let's begin. Ever feel like if you don't do it, it won't get done? Like the only reason the train is still on the tracks is because you're gripping the wheel with both hands. This episode's for you, the behind-the-scenes leader, the one building the system, holding the structure, managing the chaos, while still trying to create space, let go, and grow. Today, we're exploring what it means to be the person behind the scenes, the one building the systems, holding the vision steady, managing the details, while also trying to create more space. Step back, let others rise. We'll chat about the tension between being the fixer and letting go so others can lead. Letting the team handle something that you could have done, possibly better and faster, but didn't, and why that matters. The personal, emotional labor of integrator leadership, feeling deeply responsible when things break. An integrator energy at home, managing the invisible load of parenting, schedules, dinner, dogs, and relationships. When I first read Traction by Gino Wickman and later Rocket Fuel by Gino Wickman and Mark Winters, I was nerding out. It was like someone handed me a mirror. I wasn't the one dreaming up 10 new ideas a week, but I was the one making those dreams come to life. And that is leadership too. I've come to realize that my role is what they call in EOS, an integrator. Someone who turns the chaos of creativity into consistent, sustainable action. And it's a quiet power. It's not flashy, it's not loud, it's not always seen, but it is the glue, the rhythm, the heartbeat. There's a push-pull dance between visionaries and integrators. And if you're not familiar with these terms, I'll give you the high level. Visionaries are idea generators, risk takers, and fire starters. They thrive on possibility. They ask what if and why not. Integrators are the how. We turn momentum into movement. We make sure that ideas don't just sparkle, they ship. We manage the tension between innovation and execution. And yeah, that tension, it's real. At the 5-Star Co-Host, I'm the integrator to our president, Dave, who's a true visionary. Some days he has 5 big ideas before lunch, and I'm just trying to finish my coffee and clear my inbox. My role becomes filtering. What's feasible now? What breaks if we do this? Where are the friction points? What systems need updating? There's magic in this push and pull dynamic, but only when it's rooted in trust and communication. We both know our lanes, and we value what the other one brings. Do you identify more with the visionary or the integrator? And are you honoring your strengths or trying to operate in a role that doesn't fit you? Now, here's the part they don't always talk about in these books. Yes, visionary integrator partnerships can drive incredible growth and clarity, but they don't always capture the weight that comes with being the person who tries to hold it all together and bring these ideas to life. While the visionary is casting a vision, the integrator is the one trying to keep it alive day after day, catching the drop balls, smoothing the edges, and asking the hard questions, making sure nothing slips through the cracks. And that doesn't just take systems, it takes emotional labor. Not just managing projects, but absorbing the pressure, the accountability, and the emotional undercurrent of everyone else's work too. Sometimes when something breaks, even if I don't touch it, I feel like I failed. Why? Because I internalize those expectations. Because I wonder, did I miss something in the system? Did I not coach well enough? Could I have done more? And when things go right, it's often pretty quiet. No fireworks, because that's the expectation. When the ship sails smoothly, no one sees the navigator, only the destination. This is where we redefine success. Success isn't how many boxes I check or even if everything goes to plan. It's how much space I create for my team, for my family, and for myself. As the integrator, I'm the one building the systems, aligning the team, and making sure that what we promise actually gets delivered. I'm the behind the scenes clarity, translating vision into execution. I'm also the one who hears the gaps, feels the weight of the drop balls, and carries the questions no one else even knows to ask. I don't just manage the task, I manage the momentum. And so, letting go of a process that I built, it can feel a bit like handing over part of my identity. If something doesn't go well, my reflex is to ask, was it me? Was the system broken? Did I not build something well enough? Did I not teach enough? Even when it's not actually on me, I still feel like it is. That's the tension of leading through others. It's not control I'm chasing, it's care. And right now, I'm living inside that tension. We're in the middle of launching a new property, and I've asked the team to take the reins. They're scheduling staging, coordinating with vendors, confirming photos. All of that is happening without me in the middle of every decision. And the truth, I don't know every detail. I'm asking for updates, I'm staying close, but I'm not stepping in because that's not my job anymore. My job is to trust the systems, trust the SOPs, and trust the processes that we've put in place. My job is to see where the gaps show up, not to plug them all myself. And yeah, that's uncomfortable. I don't have the full picture in this moment, and I don't like the feeling of being unclear, especially on something tied to a deadline. But I'm learning. If I step in every time it feels off, no one else learns. If I don't let the team test the systems, I can't improve them. If I'm in the weeds, I can't lead the big picture. So I pause. I ask questions. I coach when needed, but I let the team bring things forward before I jump into the fix. And the process is moving forward. It's not perfect. It's not always fast, but it's ours, and that matters. Because I'm not here to do it alone. I'm here to lead it well. Here's a little reflection for you. Are you stepping in out of control or out of care? What systems are being tested, even if that means a little discomfort? And could letting go be the exact thing that builds your team's strength? Even in my home life, this plays out. I'm the one coordinating the routines. Who needs to be where and when, who walks the dogs, when we need groceries. I know the flow. I build the flow. And when something disrupts it, plans change, someone forgets, I used to absorb it all, fix it silently, and maybe with a little resentment. Now, I try to pause. I explain how the change could impact the day or anything else going on. I invite the people that I love to help hold it together with me. A small but powerful shift. One that reminds me I don't have to do it all to be doing a good job at work or at home. For example, recently I took my son Easton back to school shopping. I had a plan. Knock it all out in one day. Shoes, clothes, supplies. Easy, efficient, done. But Easton, not so into shopping. He had a different kind of plan. Or really, no plan at all. He found one pair of shoes that felt good, didn't care how they looked, picked a few shirts, and then checked out mentally. Pants, shoulder shrug. Supplies, zero urgency. I felt frustrated at first. I had a system, a plan, a checklist, and this wasn't going to plan. I could feel myself slipping into that mode of just let me take over so we can get this done. But I paused. I listened, and I realized this wasn't about completing a task. It was about letting him lead. We got a few things. We went to lunch. We connected. That's the success, not the checklist, but the moment, the memory. If he's okay with it, why am I not? Why am I so attached to being efficient instead of meaningful? That's when it hit me. If I judged that day by the original plan, it might have looked like failure. But the reality We got the essentials, we had some laughs, and we shared a quiet steak lunch, just the two of us, mom and son. And that connection, that was success. Not the receipts, not the full checklist. What if your day wasn't defined by what you got done, but how you felt doing it? Can you give yourself permission to redefine a successful day? Your integrator brain may crave efficiency, but don't miss the beauty when life invites you to pause. Now let's bring that back to work. Letting go isn't always about slowing down. Sometimes it's about letting others rise. Just like when I had to release control to Easton, I've been walking through the same kind of lesson with our launch team that I mentioned earlier. We're on a pretty tight deadline for the photos, the staging, and the old version of me would have stepped in, taken over, made sure it got done my way, fast and right the first time. But I haven't. I've coached from the side, I've given space, I've asked for updates instead of inserting myself. And even though that part of me, the fixer, the integrator, has been itching to jump in, I know the bigger picture matters more. Here's the truth that I'm living. Success isn't about completing the plan. It's about feeling aligned with the purpose. And part of my purpose is to help others grow. If you feel like you're an integrator, or you just feel like the glue in your world, I want you to hear this. You're not behind because you're not the visionary. You're holding things most people will never see. And you're allowed to redefine what success looks like. Let go without feeling like you're giving up. Be the heartbeat, not the face. Letting go doesn't mean you're out of touch. It means you're creating space for others to rise. It's not about stepping back so you can disappear. It's about stepping back so others can step in. If you're always the one solving the problems, you're also the one unintentionally blocking the people around you from becoming problem solvers themselves. And listen, if you're an integrator, or even if you're just the one people count on in your world, this is the real work. Learning to lead without gripping every detail, creating systems that others can actually own, trusting that even if it's not perfect, it's progress. You don't have to prove your value by holding everything together all the time, because your value isn't in your output. It's in your insight, your intuition, your quiet steadiness. You are the glue, the heartbeat, the one that makes things real. And you deserve to lead from a place of trust, not tension. So if you're wondering, is it okay to let go of something I built? Will it still reflect me if I'm not in every step? What happens if it breaks? Let me say this. Even if it breaks, it doesn't mean you did. It means you're leading. It means you're learning. It means you're growing a team, not just managing tasks. And that's what real leadership looks like. Where are you gripping too tightly out of care? Where could trust, not control, create more space for growth? What would shift if you let your team feel the weight instead of always carrying it for them? You don't have to do it all. You just have to lead it well. And in that leading, you create a lovely life, not just for you, but for everyone who rises beside you.